And we're live.
How's it going, everybody? I am Andrew, also known as Revitalizer, here to host a little Vindicator action for everybody. So, if everyone wants to go around introducing yourselves.
I'm David, otherwise known as Blind Sifu.
I am Tobin, otherwise known as Hidafel.
Carter or Carnage Begins.
Nathan, aka Master Chief.
Alright, so we're pretty much here to help people out with some stuff, as well as just some general conversation stuff that's coming up, stuff that's happened recently, those sort of things. So, we all pretty much started playing Strike Force together, and that's part of the reason we're such an active alliance, because we're always playing and talking about it and working on improving our game. Yeah, so we've pretty much all been playing the same amount of time. We had a couple people quit recently, Jimmy Infinite, Azriel, but we've since got some new members, which is pretty nice. Hopefully we're going to max out at 24 people pretty soon, so the more people that go into Global and post all the time is better for the entire alliance.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Especially if we can get daily postings on there.
Yes, if everybody's doing dailies, that's a great idea. Alright, so let's kick it off with...
I'd like to post that in global chat. Don't do a dumbass move and post it in
Alliance
chat like I did that one time.
That's
Good
right.
point.
So tomorrow morning we're getting a Kree rework, as well as Minerva's likely to be added to the game, and potentially Captain Marvel too.
Yay for blue.
That's right. Captain Marvel is half Kree in the comics, so we'll see if she gets the Kree tag in Strike Force. We're not totally sure yet, but if she does, then there's going to be 10 total Kree characters if you include Ultimus. You would actually have enough to do 2 full teams.
Yeah, I can't imagine her not getting the Kree tag, especially since the game tends to kind of meld comics and the MCU.
Right. They do a great job of merging the two. Yeah. So what do you guys think of the Kree rework?
Looks fun. A lot better than how it is right now.
They're absolute garbage right now.
I do like the Oprah Winfrey. You can have some free energy. You can have some free energy.
That's
you
right.
get some free energy. Everybody gets free energy.
There's like 3 or 4 of the minions now that just grant energy, and then as soon as energy's granted, other ones, I think it's Ronin does something with it. So
Yeah, they all have a bunch of procs like healing and other buffs from the...
they should be insane.
It's going to be insane.
How are your...
minions are supposed to be buffed?
Yep, the minions are all getting buffed tomorrow.
That's cool.
How are your Kree teams looking at the moment? I know mine are absolute crap.
Mine are all 10 to 14k. Ready for Nick Fury.
Yeah, I've been
Nice.
trying to power up my 6 red star Nick Fury, so I'm getting close to 5-star all my Kree minions.
He's going to be absolutely insane when you get him.
Mine's okay.
Yeah?
Yeah. No.
It's hard to focus on them when they don't really do anything except get Nick Fury at 5 stars.
I
Until
blitz with
now.
him.
Now
I
you
blitz
can
with
actually
him.
use
Until
them a little
now,
bit.
that's right.
Yeah, mine are at 4 and 3 stars, so I've got work to put into them.
My only problem is I don't have any big Kree actual characters. I just have the minions, so...
Yeah.
You don't
I
have
don't have
Ronin or
much leeway.
Korath?
I have them, they're just like 2k.
Right.
Way down at the bottom. My Ronin's at the bottom right now. My Korath is pretty solid. He's like 20 or 21,000. He's not terrible. But yeah, they look like they're going to be an interesting team, and figuring out what 5 work together the best is going to be a lot of fun, especially summoning in the Noble and the Reaper, I think, is what Ronin can do now.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, the Reaper.
Alright, let's move on to Red Stars. What do you guys think about the future of the game and the fact that Red Stars held such a high weight when it comes to high-level gameplay?
The problem with it is it's a total RNG. Pray to the RNGs.
Yes, it is. Some people hit super lucky, some people not so much.
And then
Turned
some
out
people
better
get,
than we thought, though.
and then some people get the 7-star aim infector.
That's right. Or the 7-star shield trooper like our fearless leader over here. How big is he?
About 54,000.
Yeah.
I'd
Just
take
a moderate power level on a minion there. No
Take
big
a 7
deal.
star on anyone.
And
though.
he's
Even
only
aim
6
it.
right now. Yeah, he hasn't even hit his 7th gold or his 7th red yet. He's going to get much bigger.
Well, when I get 7 gold, I'll have all 7 reds.
It'll be all unlocked at the same time. All right, what do you guys think about Alliance Wars and that's coming to the game fairly soon here? Do you think you're going to be allowed to put one character each or a multitude, like 1 to 4, 1 to 5 characters in each, or is it going to be full teams? I know that each character can only be used once per attack node or per defense node, so there's going to be some fun figuring out who's the best suited for those. But I don't know if they're going to let us do mix and match.
Yeah, that's going to be hard to tell. I haven't heard one way or the other. I've looked at a couple of podcasters, and it's been a mixed bag on what we're actually going to be able to do. Do we do 5-man defense teams, or do we just donate characters? And
well, the way other games do battles between alliances is they have a battlefield set up, and then you take your team and go from fight to fight.
Right. That's kind of how it's going to be with the helicarriers. Every alliance is going to have their own helicarrier. By the way, Azrael, we're coming for you. As soon as I figure out what alliance you're in, we're coming for you. But yeah, I'm very excited for Alliance Wars. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to add another dimension to the game.
Definitely.
All right. Hitaphil, who's your favorite character in Marvel Strike Force and why?
Probably the Shield Trooper.
Really? Are you jealous of Blind Sifu's Shield Trooper?
Oh yeah. Yeah. When I discovered
that's a sexy
the mechanic,
man right there.
When I discovered the mechanic for Shield Trooper, I was like all about that. And he was in my top team for a long time until I got my tech team up there.
Right.
Once I got my tech team built around Star-Lord and War Machine, that was pretty much it. I kind of don't use Shield Trooper anymore, but
he's great with a couple of taunters.
Throw him with a couple of taunters, especially with I like throwing him with Drax because Drax will start off taunted already.
Yeah.
The mechanic we're referring to is whenever an adjacent person gets shot next to Shield Trooper, he shoots the attacker back.
So it's like a permanent counterattack. You can force people to target his adjacents, and then they suffer the consequences.
And it's not just that they attack him. I've watched when one of my tanks goes and attacks someone, they counter him. Shield Trooper counters them right back.
Right.
Yeah, it's anytime they get hit.
Anytime they get hit, including a counter. So it's like a counter
I'll
attack
take,
as well.
Exactly. I'll take on purpose. I'll take an adjacent person next to Shield Trooper, and I'll attack somebody who's got counter. And so he'll attack them, they'll counter, and then Shield Trooper will attack them back.
Yep.
Yeah, my Shield Trooper's back
steady
by
stream
Drax
of bullets.
Thanos.
He was my second purchase for orange level abilities. So when he does his little attack, he's 250% damage.
Right, yeah. Blind Sifu has all of his abilities at max. He's 775. Absolute insanity.
And I think my next favorite would have been Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel is very strong. She's my second best, I think, right now.
Her in an all-hero brawler team is amazing.
Absolutely amazing. She almost has too much of a target on her back because the brawlers have no synergy without her. But the synergies with her are just unbelievably strong. Brawler team was my first one that I really got up there and had incredible strength with. Alright, favorite character?
Off the top of my head, it's probably got to be Black Panther.
Oh, didn't see that one coming with the
Yay.
50k Black Panther, 100%
56K,
speed.
I thought. Oh, 49. Yeah, you're right.
49.
Yeah, it's just shy of 50.
Yeah.
But when he immediately gets to go on another kill and he's that big, he's getting lots of kills. So it's pretty understandable that he's a lot of fun to play with. Same reason Carnage is fun to play with.
I have the oranges maxed out on his passive, which gives him the full 100% on each kill.
Nice.
So you can go back to back, or if he gets multiple kills, he immediately gets multiple turns.
What's a beauty about that is his works with assists, whereas Gamora's does not work with assists.
Yep. So Miss Marvel and Black Panther are a nasty combo. Favorite character, Master Chief.
My two gotta be Spidey and Black Widow.
Ooh, yep. Very
I
strong.
work with both of them a lot. And then obviously Deadpool too. Those three on a team I usually have. And
the high damage dealers are a lot of fun to use.
yeah.
And Spidey's just nasty. He's just you have to kill him, but his dodge is so annoying that no one wants to try.
And then I'll throw in Quake to slow them down. And
Yeah, Quake's good too.
Can't beat that slow.
I'm guessing Blind Sifu's favorite character is probably his Shield Trooper?
No, actually, I like my tanks.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Who's your favorite tank?
I don't actually have a favorite tank. I like my top 3 tanks I've been using the whole time, which are just Drax, Thanos, and Cage.
Yeah, 3 taunt squad. That definitely you can only pull that off with a giant shield trooper, I'd say.
Hard to do it anywhere else.
That's right. You're sacrificing your speed, so you really have to have something to make up for it.
Oh, when you have a powerhouse like shield trooper that can just keep hitting whenever they hit your tank, you want to keep those tanks going.
Yes, you do, and healing too.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's move on to favorite teams. Start with you again, Hitafel.
Tech team, of course.
Yeah, tech team's pretty broken.
Considering I just took out a Nick Fury arena team, level 50. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, the tech team core is Vision and Star-Lord and Rocket, and people run those 3 with any 2 other characters. So some people use Merc Lieutenant, some use Crossbones, I've heard people using Wasp. Hitafel uses Iron Man and War Machine, who are also a good combo. Korath is a good stand-in. As long as you have the tech, Vision shores up that team's defense, which is their squishiness by giving everyone defense up for 2 turns, and then they pretty much just nuke their enemies down. So the tech team is very, very strong and has been for a long time. How about you, Carnage?
What was the question?
Favorite team and why?
Favorite team. I'm getting tech up there right now too. Not currently my highest team though. I don't have any straight traditional teams like Defenders or Nick Fury or any of that. Well, I don't have Nick Fury yet, but
I don't think anyone in our alliance does.
Yeah, Nick Fury. No, not quite yet. Well, Angel Raphael, I believe, has him. I'm pretty sure.
Usually my teams consist of Merc Lieutenant, Quake, and Black Panther with a few extras filling in depending on who I'm fighting.
Yeah, your Merc Lieutenant's pretty insane.
Speed bar manipulation is where it's at in a turn-based game.
Merc Lieutenant's another one I've put oranges into his second ability. So it gives offense up and speed up to all allies.
Right,
that
so
includes any summons. Yeah.
Any minions, like Nobu works great because he summons before him, or you can hold off and do it turn 2, and then you can do it after you've summoned Loki minions or Kingpin bodyguards, or... Yeah, that's an awesome orange upgrade right there.
Yeah, one of my blitz teams I run is Merc Lieutenant, Yondu, Hand Sentry, Nobu, and Punisher. Because Nobu summons in his guys, Hand Sentry immediately stealths them. So they're... Plus, with the evades, they're almost guaranteed going to live. Merc Lieutenant immediately gives them speed up and offense up. Then they go, and then it just damage after that.
Yep.
Can't stop
Straight
it.
nuker team. That's a very strong one. I like that team.
My best team's probably Mystic. They're pretty fun. Shield's really cool too.
What Mystic team do you run?
I got Thor, Loki, Yondu, Thanos, and then I'm usually throwing in like Deadpool or something, Spidey.
Thor's a pretty underrated character, I'd say. What's your experience been with him?
He's slow. He's really slow, but
he hits
hard.
like a train.
He hits hard, yeah.
Do you use him with someone with offense up or someone who can dump energy into him?
Yeah. Offense up helps him a lot, and then I usually like Black Widow with him too to speed him up a little bit.
There you go. And Thanos can give him energy if they're adjacent.
Yeah. Shield would be fun too, and then I just don't have a 5th shield guy to round him out. Like obviously Nick Fury, all the other minions. I don't have any really good minions leveled up yet.
Yeah, you'll get there with time.
The Spider-Verse team's really cool too.
The Spider-Verse team is incredible. That's a team I'm having a lot of fun with right now. Is Carnage, Venom, Scarlet Witch, Green Goblin, and Loki. And so Green Goblin synergy with Venom and Carnage. Either time on their turn, he does a double Yondu point, basically to remove positive effects. An enemy starts with defense down. Carnage spreads negative effects all over Carnage not only spreads effects, he also goes faster when enemies drop below a quarter of their health, and he heals. And he can cause massive amounts of bleed. He can punish characters who have a lot of negative effects by doing increased damage. He's just so much fun to play with. and Scarlet Witch making everything last longer, Venom spreading stuff around. You can also sub in Mordo. My Mordo isn't very good, but I'm working on him because Mordo is the king of negative effects. Yeah, that's a nasty team. So it's basically the bringer of a curse, pretty much. Just so many negative effects for everyone. That team's a lot of fun. All right, overrated characters. Who do you see all over the place, or who is an overrated character in your opinion?
Crossbones.
Crossbones. I'm right there with you.
There was a time where I would seek out Crossbones teams because I know Crossbones will taunt and I could burn him down before he'll explode.
Yeah, I see that as an auto win too whenever I see Crossbones.
I just did that in Arena.
But when his thing goes off, especially if you power it with rocket, oh my lord, it's amazing. But it's overrated. So many people throw him on their teams.
Yep, he is definitely overrated. I'm kind of glad that teams are becoming a little bit more rounded out and that there's 3 or 4 core characters for them, because it makes the others... I totally lost my train of thought.
Well, I'll say that's one thing that Red Stars help with, is really getting those underrated characters up there, because if you get a 5, 6, or even 7 for an underrated character, they suddenly become viable.
Very viable, yes. Alright, who do you hate fighting against? Who are characters you avoid, like the plague? Spider-Man?
I don't avoid Spider-Man like most people would.
I can't. He's almost always dodging when I fight him.
I take it. I had him dodge 6 times in a row on me once.
I've lost that way.
But I'll eat it. I take it as an eat. I'm going to have to eat the fact that he's going to come in and he's going to freaking defense down on half my team or more.
Half or
more.
And
I just build around it. But the one I hate facing the most is... Honestly, I hate facing against Mordo.
Mordo's pretty annoying.
I see Mordo show up, and if I'm running my defenders team or something, I'll swipe. Go to a different team.
Yep.
And then Nick Fury.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I see Nick Fury. I don't want to deal with it. Although I just took down a powerful Nick Fury team with my tech team, I might actually try and practice that some more.
Wow.
For me, it's more teams that I want to avoid rather than just characters alone. Like, I can't stand the defenders. It's an instant pass for me. Most of the time, we'll pass Nick Fury in the shield because just...
I seek out the defenders team.
I also seek out the defenders.
They're my bitch.
See, but that's
it
the
all
difference
depends on the roster.
That's right. It's very different depending on the roster. Me and Hitafel have rosters made to take down the defenders because they're out there like candy, whereas yours are going to do much better against like our types of rosters. It's the whole rock, paper, scissors.
I tried taking Carnage Begins. I saw him in Arena. I couldn't take him out. I couldn't take your team out.
He's got a tough one. That's definitely true.
What works really well against defenders?
If you can kill Punisher really quick, and you can ability block Luke Cage before he gives defense up to everyone. So you got to either bring Vision or Venom or something like that to ability block, because that's really the key. And if you do that and you kill Punisher really fast and then Iron Fist shortly after, then things tend to work out a lot better. Because otherwise that team is busted. It has to be a specific order. You have to do everything exactly the right place.
And RNG has to favor you.
That's right. It certainly does. The Defenders are a team that just straight synergy based. Their power level is so far beyond most other teams.
And they're farmable. I don't think there's a single defender on there that's not farmable.
Right. So it's a great like starter team, and that's why you see so many of them in Arena and all over the place. Blitz. Sometimes your Blitz options will be 3 different defender teams. They're abundant and everywhere since they got their rework.
Chiclets. Skittles. Candy.
I also hate fighting against Black Widow, I'd have to say. She's pretty annoying to face for most of the time.
That was a big one for me for a while until I got my Hawkeye up there. Now he's like 40-something K.
Oh, yeah,
he's
he can
just
blow
such
off
a
his
straight
stealth
counter for
right?
Yeah, he has a 50% chance right at the start of his turn, and then if he misses that, he can use his special.
Green Goblin is nice against a stealth character too.
Yeah, but I have a pretty solid Green Goblin, and although he is good against stealth targets, there's no assist with it, and there's no follow-up with it. It's just an attack to a random stealth target. So
Right.
unless they have a bunch of positive effects, he rarely takes them out with that one hit. So it's like a partial counter, but it's definitely not a reliable counter.
Ooh, we just saw Ultimus die.
I
We
just
took
killed
down
Ultimus.
Ultimus.
with,
Very
Black
nice.
Panther. Or-
Carnage just defeated Ultimus in our Ultimus Raid 6. We decided to give it a go and try and take him down before the Kree rework tomorrow.
Just all his minions are left.
Yeah, let me connect and I'll give it another shot.
Finish it off.
I used some of the rarest material in the game just to get another go.
What characters do you
Purple
all
cores?
see in either Blitz or Arena and think free win?
Yeah, really quick, I'll answer Tone's question. The raid energy refills.
Oh.
Because there's no events, or they only pop up in random events. There's no consistent way to get them.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, yeah, moving on.
True that. What characters do you see in Blitz or Arena and think free win? For me, it's got to be Wolverine and Hulk. They both are just such cool characters that are so poorly represented in the game of Strikeforce. Wolverine is... Everyone has him. He's the achievement character which they chose, which is fine. Like, he's a basic starter, whatever, but he doesn't have much going on. He doesn't have anything really threatening. His slice and dice is okay, but you can easily work around that by running a stealth character in the front, so he's only going to hit 2 people. And then his ultimate doesn't happen until, turn 4, and by then the rest of his team's dead, so who cares?
Yeah,
And
he's-
Hulk, wake me up in 10 minutes when Hulk goes. So, I don't know. What other characters do you guys think?
any
easy
slow
pickings.
ones.
Night Nurse.
If
Nightmares,
there's
easy pickings.
2 healers, even 1 healer, most of the time I'll pick that.
I used to think the Kree. I'm gonna have to rethink that after the Kree
After the
rework.
update, yeah. I mean, obviously, AIM Hydra teams, those are just
Oh, they're still junk.
fodder. Just easy to get rid of.
Let me turn the volume down. Sorry.
I'm sure none of our viewers have heard the Strikeforce sound before. We're going to drive them away by how annoying it is.
But coming from a TV into a microphone is not ideal.
Yeah, totally. We're going to edit this part out.
Sure we are. Moving on.
Crossbones is usually an easy win for me as long as he's not paired with a Drax.
Yeah, if he's with Drax, it's hard to... You can't start off on him. If you have a high damage team, it's easy to get rid of him.
When I
for
would
sure.
take off,
I get rid of
when I
this
would
thing.
target Crossbones, I wouldn't go immediately. I wouldn't target Crossbones until he taunted.
Yeah, he does get a bit of healing, so some of it is negated. But
And I can usually just stun him with Spidey or Black Widow too.
Right. Yeah, characters that stun turn 2 like that. Well, is Black Widow consistently stunning turn 2? I don't
No,
know, because I
yeah.
run mine with Cap.
yeah, she does.
She does? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Just did not want to die.
Cap
No,
gives-
no. It's turn 3.
Yeah, so...
But she's so fast. It's
Right.
basically a normal character's
Right.
turn 2.
Yeah, that makes sense. And sometimes she gets energy from Cap because they're Avengers and they fit so perfectly together.
I need to work on that cat. He's pretty weak right now.
Cap's definitely a solid character. I'd say the OG Defenders was like the old Rockstar team until all these synergy teams started coming out, like Defenders and Brotherhood and Kree, Shield.
Yeah, their
The-
strategy seems to be, rather than nerfing characters, just buff all the other team comps and try and even it out like that, which
Yeah.
is an interesting strategy.
It is a very interesting strategy, and I think I like it more than nerfs because nerfs tend to make people feel sad or bad about characters they invested a lot in.
Yeah.
But buffing just shakes up the meta all the time. Like, you didn't used to see any Defenders teams in the arena because they used to be absolute garbage. And that's partially Fox Next figuring out, like, different kits and what people like and what fits for each character and making things balanced so that when future characters come out, it doesn't mess stuff up too much. So, there's a lot to it. Has anybody tried Dark Dimension? I gave it a go for the first time today.
I've tried it a couple of times, and it's insane. Those characters
Ridiculously
are
tough.
super buffed.
Ridiculously tough.
All right,
Ultimus has been defeated. The node taken down.
First
Awesome.
time for our alliance.
That's right. It's the first time the Vindicators have killed Ultimus in number 6.
Right before Ultimate 7 comes out.
That's right. Then we'll have a new goal to hit. What is this game if not... Oh, look at my damage contribution down there.
That was weak.
It's okay, me too.
Wow, Master Chief.
No, it's not in order.
Oh, it's not in order.
No.
Yeah, I got most just barely over you. Still a million, like, what? Over 2.5 million on one node. It's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
We need the rest of our alliance to start joining.
Yes, raid participation is something that definitely has
Well,
suffered
at least on
lately.
this raid, we don't have anybody sitting at 0.
That's true.
Yes, that is
Progress. We are making progress. But yes, the raids are definitely a stressful thing in that we're not always sure if we're going to hit 30%. And if you don't hit that 30%, then
It's
our
a
rewards are nothing. It's
waste.
such a waste. So we understand that not everyone can get on every day and do them, but the more you can contribute, the more it helps. It makes it easier on everybody else.
true. Also helps buff up your characters or beef them up.
Yeah, the rewards, the payout is insane.
That it is.
Well, the purple mats and raid credits can buy so much gear.
Alright, does anyone have any advice for somebody regarding Blitz? Any sort of strategies you use?
I think starting with Blitz, if you're going to start it at 0, the best way to do it is start with your lowest level teams. Get through those early levels fast. It might take a little bit longer for you to climb higher, but you'll get higher faster.
Yeah, if you have...
You'll get through those tiers, those initial tiers, the multiplier tiers. You'll get through those faster.
Yeah, the Blitz is all about the multiplayer. So if you have the time, it's definitely worth running through most of your roster, if not all of it.
I think it's the best free-to-play way to farm shards, honestly.
Yeah.
You get the most bang for your buck.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, time is money, but
Oh, yeah.
What I would recommend is once you hit that, what is it, tier 14? Or no, milestone
Tier 8.
14.
Yeah.
Once you hit milestone 14, I wouldn't go any further.
yeah,
You're going to be
depending on what
at
it
pretty
is.
much the same level of reward as everybody else.
It's definitely true. Some people go harder on specific blitzes. People go harder on Red Star Blitz, and people go harder for characters that are incredibly hard to farm, like Vision and Black Widow, and new characters they release like Mantis. I'm sure the Carnage Blitz people are going to go ham on. So
Even though you can't get him.
yeah, unless you get top whatever
1500.
250 or something like that. I don't even think top 1500 will get him. I'm not sure though.
As far as that's concerned, and then definitely be a good idea. I don't know how many people actually do this, but pay attention to the challenges. If you know you can actually reap your challenge that gives you blitz energy. If you're maxed out, it'll convert into gold, so you can actually over blitz to pay for your blitz energy until when you get down there. So at the level I've got it, it's 90 a pop, and that's 270. So I know I can spend my blitz down to 230.
Right. Yeah, I do the same thing. I personally don't run all my teams in Blitz just because I don't have as much fun doing that. I have about 10 teams that I use, and the first 4 are pretty much just ragtags, so they just go in, they get it done because they have a power advantage, and then I move on to the top 6 teams, which actually have some strength and decent synergies, and those are when the milestones start getting harder, and I use those 6 teams up until they cost 50 usually to run a fight.
I think that's really all I had for blitzing.
Williams, anything for Blitz?
Pick your fights. Know who
Who your
gets
characters are good against
demolished
and who
by
are they
everyone.
not?
Definitely. I'd say you probably can or should go past the milestones at least a little bit, because a lot of people
Just hit the milestones?
just hit the milestones and call it. So if you do a couple right after that, a lot of the time that's all you need to get to the
to get
next
to the next bracket, right?
next bracket, exactly. But again, it all just depends on what character it is, how much you actually want them, how much time you have to put in.
Yeah, how much time you want to put in.
Yeah. about it for me.
How about the 24-hour farming events?
Like the ×2.
Yeah.
Those are nice.
One thing that I wanted to mention that Carnage actually brought up is they usually launch those at the 4 p.m. mark.
Yep.
So if you know that they're coming, because they how far in advance do they warn us?
They should give us a week, but sometimes it feels like they don't. I've seen ones that pop up day of that I'd never seen before, and I'm pretty active about checking all the milestones and everything daily.
A good thing to do with that is don't actually farm your character the day of. Wait until 4 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah.
And then farm it, and then you can wait for the refresh on those for the next day, and then get a whole nother farming out of them without having to spend purple cores.
Right.
Because I just lost my train of thought.
Shards are scarce.
Because it's 24 hours long. So, but the 24 hours starts halfway through a day. So yeah, as Zone said, just don't do it before the half. Do it after the first half, and then before the second half of the second day. So
Right.
you have 24 hours, but if you want to get max value out of it.
And it's definitely good to get max value out of character shards and gear farming, because it feels like that is an uphill struggle sometimes where you're farming and getting nothing.
Yeah. Even though you're not guaranteed anything from the ×2, you can still whiff them all, but you're
Right.
probably eventually going to be farming that character eventually anyways, so
Might as well do it.
Jinx.
What resource do you all constantly find yourselves out of?
Gold.
Gold is
Gold,
definitely
man.
one. I'm sitting on 3 mil right now, but usually that's not the case. Usually it's about 1 mil.
I've got so much gold, I don't know how to spend it.
Sound like Night Stalker.
Not true. Not true.
He's kidding.
I've been conserving mine, only leveling up those that I am working on.
Well,
How much gold do you have?
I'm probably sitting on 5.
Wow, that's a lot.
When I got Star-Lord, I was sitting on 13 million, and I spent almost half of that getting him up to 70. And
Oh yeah.
That's another thing.
Upgrading
I
him.
keep hearing people say to not get your characters above 65 unless it's really, really a character that you want to potentially put orange mats into, because characters, the power difference between 65 and 70 is almost nothing. So you could be spending that to get a tune from 30 to 60, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather go 30 to 60
30
or
to
65 to 70?
30 to 60. 65 to 70 is insane in
It is
cost.
so pricey. So pricey. And there's a couple guys, like my Deadpool has his ultimate maxed at level 7, and so you have to be level 70 to get an ultimate to level 7. So, I mean, there's certain instances where you do want to do it, but for the most part, if you keep most of your tunes around, I mean, if you get to 65, that's solid. You don't really need the last 5. The gold can be better spent elsewhere, I think.
Yeah, the actual power you're getting out of those levels is like 100 power per 100,000 gold spent. Just
Completely not worth it. That's like Stark Tech level of upgrades. Just tiny boost. It's not worth it compared to like gear or ability mats or other things you can do to increase someone's power.
Real quick, let's do a poll. What's your top character for each of us?
Top as in strongest?
Yeah. Top powered
Mine
on your
would
roster.
definitely be Shield Trooper at 54,001.
Yep.
54,001.
Exactly.
That's fun.
I just got him up there. I upgraded his my skill on Stark Tech.
My highest is Kingpin. He is a 6 gold star, 4 red star. Level 70. He is 42,000.
My highest is Gamora. 7 full stars with 3 red stars. She's at 40,427.
You're saying stars?
mine, as previously mentioned, is Black Panther. He's just a hair under 50,000.
Nice.
Yeah,
You
mine's Thor. Sorry. Thor's at 29,000. Almost 30 for me.
Nice, almost 30. That's a big milestone. As soon as you get your first guy over 30, you're like, woo! I remember, it's awesome. You know what would be really cool is if they let us insert one character each in Alliance Wars and we all put our big dog to defend the final room.
Oh, that would be cool.
I put Kingpin, you put your Gamora, he puts Shield Trooper,
Our
he puts
STP
Black
would
Panther.
be like
The STP would be
300K.
close to 300,000. It would have
Oh.
to be. It'd be absolute insanity. That would be cool.
I would love to see your Shield Trooper with his Kingpin. Especially with Kingpin summoning Taunters.
Summoning Taunters nearby. Sometimes he summons 3. Yeah, Kingpin's a beast.
Let's see if I can get my Shield
Almost
Trooper up
makes
to
me
7
want to
gold,
build
7
up my
red before
Kingpin now.
before the Alliance War actually comes out.
Yeah, we're just giving all of our tips away.
Because right now my Shield Trooper sits at 6 gold, 7 red. And that 7th red one is useless at the moment.
Yeah, but you can farm Shield Trooper. You can buy him in the raid store.
Which is what I've been doing. He's almost halfway to 7 stars now.
Yeah, my
Nice.
Shield Trooper's at 44 out of 300, so...
I'm like 130, 140 something.
Oh, no.
We did the math on it, and he's going to jump to about, 72K
Yep.
when he hits 7 red. 7 red and 7 gold.
72,000 for
That's
one
just
character.
double Nathan's strongest guy.
Yeah, more than double.
Oh my
More than-
god. But his Thor, by the time that happens, he'll be higher.
What you
My
do is you
spike
just
line
surround
It's
him
gonna
by
jump in front of him,
by
right?
summoning Taunters.
Yeah, probably. And as soon
You
as you
need to
get some
build- you
red
need
on
to
your
start building
Spidey,
up
he's gonna
Kingpin.
go woo!
Yeah.
Alright,
Alright,
he's
let's
flying
quickly
up.
cross
around
talk,
20
guys.
something.
Alright.
I don't know, you guys got anything else?
I'm dry.
What our members expect to gain from the Alliance?
Yeah, that's true. If you guys have anything you expect from us or that
If you
want
made
from
it
us,
this far.
Yeah.
feel free to let us know. We'd love to include everybody in this and do specific stuff that you guys want. So appreciate you listening.
Yeah, we
It's
do
been
try
fun.
accommodating all members.
That's right. So we're here for to have a good time.
Even when that means dropping down Ultimus 5 and getting completely destroyed.
That's
for it.
right. And then Jimmy Infinite quit our guild. I think someone else quit too.
Yeah, we
One of our
lost a
other big
couple of,
dogs.
big ones.
Yes, we did.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
It's been real.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Thank you.
All right, we can definitely